Hi, I'm Gary White for Central Kentucky Television. I'm here with Abby Van Meter at the Nelson County Extension Office. And today, we're actually going to make some homemade salad dressing.
We are. So salad dressing is one of those things, salad in general, you know, you think you're being healthy eating a salad and then you drench it with dressing and it kind of negates the healthy part of the vegetables. So we're going to try
That's wrong, right?
Yeah, yeah. It tastes really good, but you know, you get a lot of the salads, especially at restaurants, end up being a lot more calorie rich than, you know, maybe like a fried chicken sandwich. And you think, you know, you don't think about that because you think of the lettuce and the vegetables, but the dressing is so saturated with fat a lot of times, especially the creamy ones. So the more of a cream base, like a mayonnaise base, those have a lot of the extra calories and saturated fat.
Okay, so we're going to give them an option.
So we're going to give a healthy option. So today we're going to make two different dressings. We're going to make an Asian salad dressing and then a creamy Italian herb, which is kind of like a ranch. So an oil-based and then a mayonnaise, but this one actually uses yogurt, so
less fattening.
Less fattening. And then whenever we do the ranch one, we're actually going to compare it with a bottle of ranch with the nutrition facts to kind of show how much healthier it is. So of course it's not going to taste just like the ranch dressing, but whenever you compare it, you really see the benefits of it. Yeah. So
and visually it will look like it.
Yeah, it will look like it. It'll have the same consistency. So, you know, it would be great to kind of serve to your family and give them a much healthier option.
Okay.
So we'll start with the Asian salad dressing. So this one has vegetable oil, red wine vinegar, low sodium soy sauce, brown sugar, lemon juice, and garlic powder. So it's all pretty, you know, natural ingredients. You're not adding a lot of preservatives in them as well. So you're going to start with 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. And I'm just going to make these in just a little mason jar that has a lid that will seal.
And then you can shake it up.
Yeah, you shake it up. 3 tablespoons of red wine vinegar. And this is really, you know, customizable because you can, you know, use any kind of vinegar you want, any kind of oil. So if you'd rather use an olive oil, you could do that as well. Give it a little different flavor, but, you know, if you prefer that flavor. The soy sauce. So anytime you get soy sauce, you always want to try to get the low sodium because, I mean, even this one, let's see, is the less sodium, but it has 570 milligrams of sodium. So it's very...
That's high, right?
Yeah, but just, so that's about 1/4 of our daily value of sodium that we need.
Oh.
And that's in a tablespoon. So this is a little less than that. And of course, you're not going to eat the whole jar of dressing, but definitely something to use sparingly. Yes, hopefully. One tip, actually, whenever you're eating a salad is if you leave it on the side and don't pour it over, you know, and then just dip it, you're not going to eat as much because whenever you pour it over, you know, it really saturates that lettuce and you use a lot more. And then 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. So that's going to give it a little bit of a sweetness. 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. So that's going to almost counteract the sweetness. And then just a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. So the soy sauce has a lot of salt, but no added salt in those. And then, so we just put it all in this little jar and shake it up.
Now, is this for 1 serving?
This is, so a serving of dressing is actually just 2 tablespoons. So not a whole lot.
So a little less than that.
A little less. So this is actually 5 servings.
Oh.
And actually, I think with an oil-based, you don't need to use as much because it kind of, you know, soaks in a little bit more.
Right.
So, you know, and instead of pouring all of it on there, you know, maybe just pour half if you want to pour it. And then, you know, you can always add more, but once you put it on there, you're just adding so many calories.
Now, how many calories is this?
So this one has 70 calories, 5 grams.
Per serving?
Per serving, yes.
Right, okay.
5 grams of fat. Per serving, it just has 80 milligrams of sodium. So that's not a lot, you know, even because the soy sauce would be the only thing that has the sodium in it. And then 6 grams of carbohydrates and 6 grams of sugar.
And so you mix this up, you can put it into the refrigerator and it'll keep for a while?
For about 1 to 2 weeks. You know, it's not going to last as long as your normal salad dressings because it doesn't have the preservatives in it.
Right.
So,
but
you know,
1 to 2 weeks.
Yeah, and I mean, you could make it and then, you know, a couple salads for your family, it'll be gone. It doesn't make that much. So, and you can always double it or, you know, that
Yeah,
kind of thing.
absolutely.
So now we're going to move
Asian
on.
salad dressing.
Yeah, Asian salad dressing. Now we're going to move on to the Italian herb or imitation ranch, I guess you could call it.
Creamy Italian herb.
Yeah. So we're going to start with just plain non-fat yogurt. Make sure, oftentimes whenever I buy yogurt, I automatically get vanilla, because it has a little bit more flavor. This would not be good with vanilla yogurt. So make sure you get the plain, which is basically, no flavoring in it.
Yes.
So we're going to do 1/4 cup of that. So it's equal parts yogurt, non-fat mayonnaise, and skim milk in this one. So it's 1/4 cup of yogurt, and then 1/4 cup. And I got the olive oil mayonnaise, so it's made with olive oil, so it's a healthy option.
Uh-huh.
But you could use, low fat. If you prefer Miracle Whip, you could use that, really whatever. So we're going to do 1/4 cup of that.
Okay.
And then 1/4 cup of skim milk.
Fourth, a fourth.
Fourth, and a fourth. Okay. Then we're going to do 1/2 teaspoon of dried Italian seasoning.
Oh, that sounds good.
So this is thyme, oregano, so kind of a little bit of a mix of spices.
So this is the creamy Italian herb dressing. You can buy like an Italian dressing.
Yes.
That is not creamy.
Right.
Is that a better option
oil.
than some others?
In general, oils, the oil-based ones are better, and they make the light Italian, so that might be a better option too.
But they still aren't.
They still aren't, anything that you make with your own ingredients is going to be a little healthier option.
Okay.
And then 1/2 clove of garlic minced. So I kind of cheated a little bit. I just got this little jar, which is really kind of handy because it's already minced up. You don't have to cut it. It lasts for a long time. And then on the lid, it actually tells you that 1/2 teaspoon is approximately 1 clove of garlic. So you can kind of measure. So here we only need 1/2 clove, so we're going to use 1/4 teaspoon.
Math comes in handy.
Yes,
sometimes.
definitely. So we're just
garlic's good. I like garlic.
And this is a little more potent because it has the juices in it, so that's why
keep the vampires away.
Yeah. All right. So we have all that, and then just a dash of salt. So just a little sprinkle of salt. And then we're going to stir that up. And it will kind of look, as you can see with our bottle of ranch over there, it looks very similar. Yeah.
Yeah, it's white with specks
little
of
specks,
stuff in it.
Yeah. And much healthier.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
And much healthier, right?
Much healthier. So we'll talk about that here in just a second. So, as you can see, and very easy. And, a lot of this stuff is things that you would most likely have around, your kitchen. It's not, you don't have to buy a lot of different spices and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, here's the homemade ranch.
Looks good.
Looks good. So, this has 35 calories for 3 tablespoons. So, you get a little bit more of this. So
you get 3 tablespoons and it's only
35 calories.
And what was that one?
This is 70 calories for 2. So that's the vegetable oil has some more calories. Yeah. So in this case, the creamy is actually better. So compared to this, for 2 tablespoons, so we're less here, 3 tablespoons here, it has 130 calories.
Wow, that's a lot more.
A lot more.
That's 4 times more because it's only 30, wasn't it? Yeah, over 4 times.
This has 14 grams of fat, and this one has 1/2 gram of fat.
Wow.
Yeah. Let's see, what else? Less cholesterol, about the same amount of sodium.
290. Mm-hmm. Which is still, no.
This one only had 80. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So the sodium here is going to come from the mayonnaise, the salt, that you add.
Yeah, you added a dash.
Yeah. And then let's see what else. This has 2 grams of protein where this only has 1, and that comes from the yogurt. So a much healthier option.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the carbohydrates?
The carbohydrates, this has 6 and this has 2. So a little
more. That
more.
might be for the whole thing though too.
Right, yes. So
Wow.
calorie and fat are what a lot of people look at. And
like you were saying, preservatives that are used in anything you buy add a lot of unwanted
right.
elements.
So this
right?
one, the ingredient list, you can see is very long. You know, it has all kinds of things in it, preservatives, additives. And this, you know exactly what you're putting into it. It's just, you know, mayonnaise, yogurt, and some
And it
spices.
didn't take long to make it. And
No.
I would recommend, since it is cream-based,
Yeah.
that you'd make it and eat it
Yes.
rather than keep it for
Yeah,
a while, right?
yeah. So definitely want to use this one. You know, it'll last for a day or so, but definitely want to use it. And this one will kind of settle, you know, with the oil and vinegar, it'll separate. But if you just kind of give it a little shake, it'll mix up. Yeah. And
So
you
that
can
was-
use these, you know, as a salad dressing, of course, or as a dip for vegetables. So, you know, if you're having a party, instead of, you know, using a bottle of ranch, make your own dip.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, how many people will this serve?
This is 3 servings, so 3 tablespoons each, 3
Okay.
servings. So,
Wow.
but it makes, you know, quite a bit, and you can always double it or add more.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Or if you're a family of 4, you could just use
2 tablespoons,
and you
yes,
still have
which would be plenty.
Yes.
Yes, definitely.
same amount. All right,
Yes.
great. Well, very good.
Yeah. So,
these
2
have been
options.
Healthy choice salad dressings.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you want a copy of the recipe, you can give a call to the Nelson County Extension Office, and I'd be happy to help you with that.
Definitely. Definitely.
Well, thank you very much.
All right.
All right, this has been Gary White with Abby Van Meter at the Nelson County Extension Office.